Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Protect Academy's LinkedIn Live event. So, as usual, we're going to wait a few seconds for more people to join. And then we will commence this exciting session. This is something new that Protect Academy is doing this time. So, really looking forward to it. So, yeah, grab your snacks and we'll be getting started in just another few minutes. So I think this is a good time to get started. Welcome everybody to another one of Protect Academy's live events, and also welcome to everybody who's going to be watching this stream in a recorded format. We're always glad to have you all with us. Thanks so much for joining. So today we're going to be discussing the CCNA certification, and we've got a lot of queries, and a lot of you have a lot of burning questions regarding the same. So during this webinar, we completely encourage you to please leave it in the comment section, and our very esteemed trainer and mentor and speaker for the event, Mr. Chaya Shrinu, will be answering all of your questions. So a little about Mr. Chaya Shrinu. He holds multiple certifications like the CISSP, CISM, ISO 27001 LA, CCNA, CCSP, ITIL, and many, many more. So I just ran out of breath just reading the entire list. And he is a trainer extraordinaire. He has been training and mentoring aspirants for various certifications for over 2 decades now. And also, the great thing is, Mr. Chaya Shrinu is coming out with a CCNA certification training with Protect Academy, which is going to be starting from August 26th. It's going to be like a boot camp format, 20 days of rigorous networking training. So, if you're looking to join, if you're a fresher, if you're somebody who's looking to make a career switch, do join us. Please reach out to Protect Academy, and we'd be happy to set you up and get you started with him. So, sir, without any further ado, please take on.
Okay. Thank you, Gazu. Thanks for your time. Uh, my name is Chaya Srinu. Let me introduce myself. Then we'll be discussing what are the certification merits and how you can excel with your CCNA certification for the next 40 minutes or so. Okay. First, we will start with CCNA. CCNA is for Cisco Certified Network Associate. First, let me introduce myself, then I'll go ahead. Okay. My name is Chaya Srinu. I'm a postgraduate from Andhra University. I did my master's in computer science. I do have almost 20 years of experience in network and network security and information security. Coming to my certifications, I did my CCNA right in the 2007 or 8 or something, somewhere like that. I did my CCSP. These two are Cisco certifications. Okay. CCNA is a associate certification and CCSP is a professional certification. And I did my CISSP and CISM, ISO 27001. These are information security certifications. I have ITIL V3 as well. This is purely a management certification. Okay, this for ITIL V3. So these are my certifications. Coming to my experience, initially I used to work with Andhra Bank Data Center as a network engineer. The moment I finished my post-graduation, I did my CCNA and then I jumped into the Cisco world. Initially, I used to work as a information security engineer in one of the data centers. And then I used to work for MNC Because of my certification, CCNA certification, I got an opportunity to work with Wells Fargo Bank. I was in that Wells Fargo Bank for almost 6 years. Then I got chance to work with the different internet service providers and cloud data centers. So altogether, I worked in different organizations as a network and security engineer for 20 years, almost 2 decades. Right from the beginning, teaching is one of my passion things. I like delivering trainings. I delivered n number of batches for CCNA. Okay, right from 2007 to 2017, rigorously I gave trainings on CCNA. So that's all about me. Now we are going to discuss next 30 minutes or 40 minutes or so what is CCNA and how it's going to change your career path. Okay, and let me explain like this way. Every trainer has his own sort of presentation. What I will do is I will explain certain topics, and after that I will ask you to, if you have any queries, you can ask me. I'll be giving 2 to 3 minutes break. You can ask the questions again. I will go for the next topic, and I'll be giving ample time to ask number of questions. This is totally an interactive session. It's not like that I'll be pouring the dumping the information on you. It's not like grabbing that. It's completely an interactive session. I encourage you to ask more number of questions. You can stop me if you have any questions, but it will interrupt my flow. That's why I'm asking. For each and every topic, I'll be giving ample amount of time to ask the questions. Okay? Shall we
Hi,
go?
hi. Before you commence, I'm so sorry to interrupt. Can you
Sure.
make your screen full screen? Because currently we're seeing like PPT and all of that, the settings and all. If you can just go into presentation mode
Yeah, sure.
on the, yeah, yeah. Great.
Is this
Perfect.
fine now?
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Please carry on.
Okay. So this is about me. These are my certifications. We'll go like this. So these are the contents I'm going to discuss next 30 or 40 minutes. First, I will introduce what is CCNA, what is this certification, how this certification will help you, what it possesses. And next, I will discuss what are the core concepts and skill required to complete this certification. Then we will see what is this examination, how to appear for this examination, what are the preparation required, what are the prerequisites for this CCNA examination. And finally, we'll see very exciting thing and how you can excel and how the CCNA certification will help you to get a good career path, okay, to get lucrative package. That's what I want to tell you. So first we'll see, before directly jumping into the CCNA certification, what is Cisco? I would like to know that. If anybody know that, it would be great. If you don't know about this Cisco is the organization which is going to conduct this CCNA certification. The CCNA is none other than associate certification. Cisco Certified Network Associate. Okay. The affiliated body or the accreditation body which is going to conduct this examination is Cisco. Cisco is the company. This is in San Francisco in the USA. None other than that. Okay. So Cisco is the organization which will be conducting this certification. What is this certification? We are going to see that in the next few minutes. First, I would like to explain 2 to 3 slides about this Cisco. Then you'll be wondering why you have to do this Cisco certification. Because this is one of the hottest certification, one of the top 10 certifications if you Google it. Okay, because this is one of the highest demand certification in not only in networking, in any of the technical streams. If you see that, the CCNA is the hot cake, I would say. Okay, first let's see what is Cisco, then we'll go through. Why we have to do the Cisco certification. CCNA means the Cisco company is almost procuring 40% of network infrastructure. Network infrastructure in the sense, the devices, network devices, I would say, devices like routers, switches, firewalls, IDS, IPS, and wireless LAN controllers. There are many VPN concentrators. There are n number of devices we require to establish any network infrastructure. So if you see the share of the network Cisco device, I mean, I'd say the Cisco company share for this infrastructure is around 40%. It's like a monopoly, I would say. There is no other company which is coming close to this Cisco. If you see other companies like Huawei, which is Chinese organization, this is coming at 10%, and HPE and Nokia are at 5.13%, and Juniper, very famous, 3%, and Netgear, which is 2%. And you see, there is no uh, huge competition to Cisco. They have around 10%, 3%, but not up to the Cisco, because the Cisco already procured 41% of market. That means if you go to any organization, 40% infrastructure devices like routers and switches will be belonging to Cisco. That's a huge market Cisco has procured. And if you see, the Cisco is a very big organization, not a simple one. It's having a headcount of around 84,000, both in US and outside the USA. These include engineers, these include support engineers, support teams, deployment engineers, various levels of uh, uh, resources available. Okay. Next, if you are surprising, if you don't see any devices, this is for your information. I'm showing that this Cisco will be having multiple devices like firewalls. Cisco firewalls are the security devices. Switches and the routers are the very commonly used devices for network infrastructure. These are the devices they physically look like. I'm sure majority of your people have seen that, but if someone is not aware of these devices, just to have a clear idea, I have been demonstrating here. So this is a wireless LAN controller. These are the core switches. These are the access switches. This is a simple basic firewall. I'll be discussing very clearly. I'll be showing them devices, but for the sake of understanding, I'm showing them. Okay, this is the access point for wireless connectivity, and this is a wireless router. Okay, just to connect your PC to wired or Wi-Fi, most preferably from Wi-Fi connectivity. Okay, and not only this, if you would like to see routers will be looking like this. These are the physical devices. Okay, routers, switches, firewalls are the devices we use to configure the devices to establish connectivity from one location to another location. Okay, so without these devices, it's not possible to establish the IP connectivity. Without IP connectivity, we cannot establish any communication. We cannot transfer the files. We cannot transfer the data. So to establish that connectivity, we require devices like this. This is a router, a sample router. This is not a single router. It's a stack of routers, I would say. There are 5 routers, okay, stacked upon each other. Okay, so this is actually the router. Routers will be having different interfaces. We will connect cables to that. The systems will be connected to these interfaces through switches or something like that. Then we will configure these devices through commands or through GUI, and then we will establish connectivity. Why I'm discussing is the Cisco's market is very huge. If you go through this, the Cisco's annual revenue is almost 57 billion US dollars for past 2023. It's not million. Just remember, it's 57 billion US dollars. That's huge. Okay, and 40% of the infrastructure belongs to the Cisco. That means any networking, almost 40% network infrastructure is belonging to your Cisco devices, Cisco infrastructure. And if you simply taking the Ethernet switches, the Cisco's market share is almost 50%. That means if you go to any organization, 50% Cisco switches, you see that interconnectivity. 40% you'll see only Cisco routers or Cisco firewalls or Cisco switches or Cisco devices, Cisco wireless LAN controllers or anything like that. Okay, so why I'm telling these statistics is the Cisco has it's like monopoly. There is no huge competition. There is no competition. So that's why we have to learn the Cisco. If you know Cisco, if you are Cisco certified, it will give you a ample opportunities to work with infrastructure in any organization. In any organization, that's what I want to tell you. So that's about Cisco. So because of its market, because of its scope, highest scope, everybody will be learning the Cisco certifications. The Cisco is offering wide range of certifications. I would say there are 3 levels of certifications the CCNA is going to offer us. The first one is called associate level certification, called CCNA, Cisco Certified Network Associate. Okay, this is the fundamental certification for Cisco devices, Cisco infrastructure, Cisco technologies. Okay, the second one is called professional level certifications. That is the second level. It will be like more in-depth, more sophisticated technologies we will discuss. That is second level, called professional level. First one is associate level. The second one is professional level. There is one more level that is called expert level. The Cisco is also offering expert level certification like CCIE. CCNA is network associate. CCNP is professional level certification, second level. The third one is expert level certification, which is having highest demand right now. Okay, these are the certifications. We'll be discussing that very clearly. Just let's see what is CCNA. I told you CCNA is none other than associate certificate offered by Cisco called Cisco Certified Network Associate. Okay. What is the use of this certification? Why I have to go for this training? Why I have to do that CCNA certification? Because the CCNA certification is a globally accepted certificate. That means if you do this certification, if you pass this certification, I mean, your certification will be valid across the globe. It doesn't matter whether you go to US or UK or Australia or New Zealand, doesn't matter. Wherever you go, your certification is valid. Okay. Why I require certification? Because in this certification, they will rigorously test all your fundamental knowledge of your Cisco devices, Cisco technologies, I would say. That means how to configure, how to troubleshoot, how to test the devices, how to this kind of things will be tested by this CCNA certification. So that's why the CCNA certification is highly valid. And whom it is meant for? This certification is meant for anybody. There is no prerequisite, especially those who are seeking career in networking as a network administrator or a IT professional. Any students, especially freshers, those who are done graduation or engineering, it's most appropriate certification, I would say. Okay, so it's meant for anybody, but those who are seeking a very beautiful career in the networking, this is meant for them. And when they have started this certification has started in 1998. Every 2-3 years, they will upgrade the technologies. Outdated technologies, they will remove them. They will upgrade the technologies. Every 2-3 years, they will come out with a new syllabus. They will upgrade. So it's updated technology, I would say. Okay. So this is the focus. And recent examination, the CCNA, they have included programming, SDN, and other latest technologies. Security fundamentals also they have included. So there are things. Prerequisite for this certification is there is no prerequisite. Anybody can attend the training. After successful training of 20 days, they can prepare for 1 or 2 weeks. They can appear for the examination. If you pass the examination, they will give you CCNA certification. Okay, this is the accredited body. Cisco is the accreditation body. And I told you every 2 years or 3 years, this syllabus pattern will be changing. They'll be adding new technologies. The latest version, what we are having is 200-301. This is the CCNA certification number. Okay, every now and then this number changes. This number changes means the syllabus has changed. Okay, they will come out with latest technologies. The current version, what we are going to have the training is 200-301. That is the CCNA current version. And I told you every now and then they will be changing the syllabus, right? So this certification is also valid for 3 years. That means after 3 years, you need to either renew this or you have to upgrade this. For every 3 years, you need to recertify yourself. Recertification in the sense, either you have to upgrade the examination or go for one of the examinations. Your certification won't go off. It's like that. If you go for next level certification, if you appear any one of the examination in the next level, your certification will be renewed automatically. I'm repeating, this is a tricky thing. This CCNA certification is valid for 3 years. Okay, after 3 years, your certification will be expired if you don't update yourself, if you don't upgrade yourself. So how to retain your certification is very simple. If you upgrade any of the next level certifications, any one of the certifications, any one is fine. Okay, your CCNA will be automatically upgraded. That's the thing. So it doesn't go off. That is the thing. Otherwise, if you don't do anything, after 3 years, your certification will go off. Okay, that's the thing. Any next thing is I will give you time to ask the questions. Let me finish this one. And career advancements. What are the benefits of this CCNA certification? Is it's very simple. If you have this global certification anywhere, your certification is valid. You will be valued resource for the organizations. Okay, you'll be deployed as a network engineer or network administrator or IT support specialist. These are the various tags you will be getting once you qualify this certification. Okay, so what exactly this examination will test you is, this examination doesn't have any negative marking. It will be for two hours. That is 120 minutes. This 120 minutes you will be asked, you will be rigorously tested on latest Cisco technologies, fundamentals, configuration of the devices, IP configuration, troubleshooting, and sometimes they will ask the commands as well, how to configure the commands to troubleshoot. So these are the different knowledge they'll be testing. Okay. So any questions right now before going to the next topic? So that is about CCNA certification. Why we have to do this CCNA certification is very simple, because of its huge market. Okay, 40% market is occupied by Cisco. If you are CCNA certified, there are 40% chances that you'll be getting more number of jobs, more number of profiles. That's why. Any questions, please? If you don't have any questions, I'll go forward to the second section. And core concepts and skills. Now, okay, fine. Okay, fine. CCNA is fine. Now, what are the skills required for this one? If you want to prepare for this certification, obviously require training. Either it is self-paced training, you can prepare yourself, or if you can't prepare yourself, you can approach one of the organizations to us like this, and we'll be training on next 15 or 20 days on the technologies, on the latest technologies, and we'll be demonstrating the lab and other skills as well. So that what the network fundamentals consists of is, network fundamental consists of especially OSI model. OSI model is the model. It's an open system interconnection. I would say it's a best practices, or it's a framework, I would say, how one system is communicating with other system. Okay, if system A wants to communicate with system B, how the data will be transferring from system A to system B. In between that, there are certain things, different physical media, different how the data is transmitting from system A to system B. We'll be discussing that. The best framework, one of the well accepted framework is OSI model. The OSI model explains that how the data will be going through various phases at source as well as the destination. This is the mandatory thing. Everybody should understand this OSI model. And the next one is IP addressing. IP addressing is nothing but assignment of IP addresses to systems. Without IP addresses, the systems, they do not communicate themselves. Just like we are mobiles are having numbers to communicate, the system should have IP addresses. By using these IP addresses, the systems will be communicating. So you need to know what are the different IP addresses, different class A, class B, class C IP addresses, and private IP addresses, public IP addresses, and different IP addresses we'll be discussing very thoroughly, which is mandatory. Okay. Next one is subnetting. Different subnets we'll be discussing. These subnets will allow us to manage this IP address space very effectively. Okay. So these are the key topics we are going to discuss. And not only that, once we have finished with these basic concepts, we'll be discussing concepts like routing and switching. Routing is the process of, let us assume I'm sitting here, you're somewhere else. you're able to listen all my audio or video streams, right? Now, how it is possible? Because in between there are a lot of routers and switches in the internet. All these devices, they will forward the packets from router to the router, or one destination to another destination. That's how they will reach to your system. Okay, the routing will be explaining this, how the packets will be forwarding in the internet. Whereas switching is nothing but forwarding the packets within the network usually. That is called switching. Routing is done by a device called router. Just now we have seen, right? A router is the device. Last 4 or 5 slides ago, I have shown that's the router. Whereas the switches we have seen in the diagram, right? That is the switch. The switch will be forwarding the packets within the LAN. That's what. So not only that, we'll be dealing how to troubleshoot if the packets are not delivering properly. This is our responsibility. We need to troubleshoot how the packets have been moving. If they are not moving, why they are not moving, we have to troubleshoot and we have to resolve the issues. So these are the different technologies we'll be discussing. Next, not only that, the CCNA will be covering security fundamentals, because why the CCNA certification is mandatory is like a base certification. Is if you are going for either CCNA networking or CCNA, I mean cybersecurity, or VoIP or voice, data center or storage, take it anything in the networking, CCNA is mandatory, because it will be covering all the fundamental required to establish the connectivity, and for troubleshooting, everything it covers. So that's why the CCNA is a very comprehensive certification. Whatever you are going to do, it doesn't matter CCNA or CCNP or CCIE, CCNA security or CCNP, cyber security or data centers, whatever the stream you take, CCNA is like a base for you. Okay. Now, what exactly it covers is, it will cover network security as well. Yes, I'm telling that the CCNA certification will cover network security concepts also. Network security, like fundamentals of security, it will cover fundamentals of security. In addition to that, it will cover firewalls, access controls, and other technologies which are absolutely required for security. These are the fundamentals for your cybersecurity. Whatever the certifications you do, CISM or information security certification, CISSP or CRISC, do any cybersecurity certifications, CCNA is a mandatory, because it rigorously covers those topics. Not only that, we will be discussing VPNs, how to configure the VPNs, how the VPN works, and what are the different encryption algorithms we use, and what are the outdated algorithms, what are the sophisticated algorithms we have to use. These points we'll be discussing in the VPN. So this is how we will be discussing network security. Okay. The latest CCNA certification, the one which we are discussing right now, that will cover the latest technologies like network automation. Network automation in the sense, whatever the processes we'll be doing every day, daily routine activities, we are going to do automation. Automation means we will do some tools we will deploy. The tools will be automatically running those tasks. Okay, so that efficiency will be increased. All the manual things which are routinely we are doing, those we will be doing by using tools. Those tools will perform that, so that it will be very efficient. It will be very quick. So we are going to avoid manual errors. So there is a possibility of manual errors if we are doing manually everything. So that's why we are going to do automation. That means tools will be doing that. So we will be discussing what are the tools we deploy, how the tools will be doing that. We'll be discussing that. So programmability also they have included recently. That includes SDN and API. API means application programming interface, and SDN means software defined networking. These are the new technologies right now for CCNA. These are the latest technologies. We will be discussing that, not very rigorously, but you will come to know what is SDN and what are the components it has and how to use. We will come to know. And they also included certain programming languages like Python and Ansible, Puppet. These are the different latest tools, I would say, we are very constantly using to deploy the tasks, deploy the changes. Okay, so We don't very rigorously learn about Python and Ansible, but we will come to know what exactly it is, how we will be using. Okay, at fundamental level, we will be discussing. But if you learn Python and Ansible, you'll be having a very great future. You'll be getting a very handsome package, believe me. Especially DevOps also. DevOps also, if you know Python programming languages, Python is a programming language. Okay, so if you know these things, you will be the hot cake, believe me. Okay, that's about the technologies. We'll be covering different IP connectivity technologies. OSA will be covering. We'll be covering how the VPN, how to establish the VPN, what are the encryption algorithms it is using, and routing we will be discussing. Routing means how to establish IP connectivity, how the package should move in the internet. In the internet is a whole bunch of devices. Okay, so in the internet, how your packets will be moving, that will be defined by routing. Switching is how the data packets will be moving within the LAN, that will be. So these are the different technologies we will be discussing. It's not only discussion. The CCNA will be covering hands-on also. That means we will be configuring these commands. We will be testing it manually. We are configuring, we are testing it, we are troubleshooting it. So this examination, even though it doesn't have a lab, there are certain questions which needs to be configured. That means you need to have hands-on experience. We will be configuring that. So these are the different topics we'll be discussing. The individual contents, I'm going to discuss it later. For the time being, these are the major contents we are going to discuss for the next 20 or 25 days. Lab exercises means I told you, routing, switching, these concepts, these are not concepts. They require hands-on session also. Without doing labs, you can't remember them. They have commands. You need to memorize these commands. Commands are means hardly 20-30 commands. If you know, you can handle all the troubleshooting things. Max 20-30 commands. That's enough. Okay, it's a fundamental examination. It is CCNA means they won't rigorously ask the commands, but anyhow, you need to understand certain commands. You should know how to configure the commands to the routers. Commands in the sense, I will tell you, whatever the routers, switches, devices you have seen, right? Either it can be configured either manually by using commands, or by using GUI also you can configure. GUI means graphically. That means you can log in by using mouse clicks, just like your Windows, you can configure that. The Cisco devices give that facility also. Okay, but yeah, by using commands also you can configure. That means Cisco devices have a feasibility to operate or configure either through commands or through GUI, graphical user interface. Just like you are operating Windows, you can operate that. That also possible. Okay, earlier it was not there, but nowadays all Cisco devices offer that. Okay, so we'll be giving different lab exercises. The moment I will explain the theory topic, then I will discuss the concerned or respective lab topics. I will explain that. We will be configuring that on the devices. We'll be having a virtual lab. In the lab, I'll be giving access. I'll be assigning IP addresses. You will be accessing those devices. You will be having those configurations. You can configure those devices. Okay, you can test it. You can test the data has been passing from one system to another system, one router to another router, one switch to another switch. The data has been passing or not. You can test it. Okay, by packet, you can check it. We have virtual labs, and as well as we have physical devices also. We have plenty of 20 to 25 devices, routers, switches are there. If we can connect, we can log into those devices. We can do those labs also. Real world scenarios means in the examination, they'll be giving scenarios. Scenario means it's like a practical thing. They will give you two systems. They will give you a scenario. I'm not able to communicate from system A to system B, where in between there are one switch and two switches, like one router is there. Could you please troubleshoot? That's what they will give you a scenario in the examination. You can do that. Once the completion of your topics, I will explain the labs, how to troubleshoot them, how to connect them, how to troubleshoot those things. Okay, so I'll be explaining. I'll be reviewing the real world scenarios. That's the thing. Internship and projects. This is not so important. But anyhow, we'll be dealing that as well. And exam strategy means how to prepare for the examination is very simple. It's like a 2 hours examination, 120 minutes. Okay. You need to finish your examination within the time span of 2 hours. You can attend this examination in one of the prometric centers. Prometric center is any center where you will book yourself, you will go there, they will provide you the system, and the timer will be started, and then within those stipulated time of 2 hours, you need to finish that. Okay, what sort of questions you will get is, I told you, it's like you'll be getting multiple answers, multiple choice questions. One question will be there, around 655 to 60 questions you will get it. Okay. 2 hours time you have. That means each question you will be having around 2 minutes of time. These questions will be multiple choice, multi-choice questions, and there are no negative markings. Sometimes they will ask you to drag and drop. You need to drag the question. They will ask you to drop it to the appropriate place. Those are called drag and drop questions. Sometimes they will give you simulators. Simulator is nothing but it exactly looks like the interface exactly looks like a router or switch. You need to configure that. Those kind of questions you will get it. But hardly you will be getting 2 or 3 questions. But majority of the questions, I would say 60 out of 50 or 55 questions are direct questions. Okay, you need to answer that, and it would be better if you really practice some questions. There are a lot of sites available, a lot of tools available. If you prepare those questions before your examination, post the training session, that would be great. You can clear this examination. Any questions so far? So that's how your examination looks like. It will be for 2 hours. Any questions, please, so far?
Hi, Chaya. No, we're good to go. No questions as of right now. As and when they come, I will put them on the screen and I'll inform you.
Excellent. So we came to know what exactly the CCNA and what are the topics it is going to cover. Right now, I discussed about the CCNA certification. Okay. Now we will see what are the career opportunities. This is very exciting, believe me. I'm really excited to explain this. I'll spend more time because it will decide your future, your career, I would say. Those who want to explore in the networking, those who are having a lot of challenges, those who want to face the challenges, those who are very keen about networking and security, cyber security things. So this is the place. This is the place for them, I would say. And say since last 2 decades, I would say I trained multiple students. Majority of the students, those who are coming to the CCNAs, especially those who are scared of software. See, they're graduates, they're postgraduates, but doesn't matter. Some people they're scared of writing the code. They will say, "No, I don't know logic how to write that. I can't write the code long hours for 6 hours or 7 hours. I'm bored of writing the code. I'm not able to work in the software field." So this is the right place for them because so many people opt this because here there's no logic, nothing you need to write like hundreds of thousands of lines of code. It's simply configurations. It's simply configuration. If you know hardly 40 50 commands, you can rule the CCNA world.
Hi,
Okay,
hi, sir. So we have a question.
sure.
This is by Sudeep Das, and
Yeah,
he's saying, "Hello, sir. Can you specify VLAN networking and how it works?"
excellent. VLAN comes under switching. What exactly VLANs do is, by default, in a one switch will be having a entire one broadcast domain. That means broadcast domains means if any broadcast packet comes, that will be affecting the entire broadcast domain. So there is no security. Let us assume I have 5 teams. All the 5 teams, if I connect to a switch, okay, in a network, I would say, I don't want to confuse. If I connect to a network, it's like a flat network. That means all people can open other systems or other department files. There is no security. Okay. So what we will do is the VLANs will segregate these networks. Simply, if we discuss in the switches, a switch can be logically separated into different entities. Those separate logical entities are called VLANs. VLAN is none other than virtual networks. That means a physical network, a switch is a physical network. Let us assume like that. Okay. So that switch, logically, I'm dividing into 4 or 5 switches. Let us assume I have 5 departments. Okay. So I don't want to allow one department to access other department files. Very crucial. Okay. Let's take like this. Sales department is there. Sales department files I don't want to access by this accounts department. Account department files I don't want to give access to other departments. Okay, like this. Okay. Now what I will do is I will segregate each and every team as a VLAN that is logically dividing. Okay. So now then the team cannot access other teams' resources. That's what. So this will be covered under your switching. We'll be rigorously discussing this. Is very important thing. By what is the application? What is the use of these VLANs is? By using VLANs, virtual networks, virtually we are dividing the network. Physically, it's only one switch, but logically, I'll be breaking the switch into 2 entities, like 2 switches. Not only that, I'm having 4 departments. I'll be dividing my switch into 4 entities logically. Physically, only one switch, but logically, I'm making them as 4 switches logically. Now, I want to change it again. Yes, you can make it 5, or you can delete it. You can make it. You can edit it. So you can play with that your switch. If you are having 10 departments, I can make 10 partitions. That's VLAN. So what we are going to achieve with this VLAN is we are going to achieve security. Okay. There are so many advantages. I will explain it. There are 4 or 5 advantages. Not only security, but security is the major concern. So that's why I'm discussing that. In addition to that security, there are a lot of advantages. We'll be dealing that in the switching concepts. That is VLAN. Any questions, please?
Great, great. Thank you so much for the explanation. So no more questions as of right now. You may proceed.
Okay. Now you see, this is very exciting. Let's see what are the career opportunities. Being as a CCNA certified, you will be deployed as a network technician. The network technicians will configure, they will install, they will configure, they will maintain network hardware and software like routers and switches. They will configure, they will test it, they will establish the IP connectivity. Again, help desk supports, usually they'll be getting troubleshooting, resolving the technical issues. Users will be calling, they'll be explaining things. I have a network issue, and these network help desk support teams, they will resolve it. Okay. So junior network administrators, they will manage, they will maintain the devices like routers and switches. They will configure, they will troubleshoot. These are the things. Not only that, there are very exciting roles like network engineers. They will configure, they will give the network designing, network solutions. They'll be having advanced skills to resolve the issues. Okay, that's called network engineers. Network security specialists, these are absolutely into security. They will take care of the security measures like deploying the policies, testing the policies, allowing the access, denying the access. That's what they are going to do that. The system administrators, they'll be taking care of the systems, servers, backups, everything. Okay, these are the different roles after achieving your CCNA certification you are going to do. Continuous learning means not only that, if you are not excited with these basic association roles or CCNA roles, the Cisco will allow you to go for next level of certifications, next level of technologies. They're called CCNP, CCIE. I told you, right? There are 3 levels of certification: CCNA, CCNP, and CCIE. Cisco has options. You can do the CCNP and CCIE. I will explain it in the next slide very clearly. And there are specialization also, specialization like networking cloud, network wireless, network data center, storage, VoIP. There are multiple specializations the Cisco is going to offer. I will explain very clearly next 1 or 2 minutes. Okay, this is not so important. So these are the different certification levels. This is going to change your life, believe me. Okay. Why I'm going to explain is this is the CCNA. So far we discussed. This is the fundamental level of certification. Okay, basic beginner level. If you just go through 15 or 20 days of training with 1 week preparation, you can clear this examination. This is called associate level, Cisco Certified Network Associate. The second level is very interesting. The CCNAs, they will pay around the package, what the average package they will be getting is starting, they'll be paid like 3 to 7 lakhs. This is the standard benchmarks, but it is not limited to this. Some organizations pay more than that. Some organizations pay on an average, this is the pay they will be paying. Okay. So what exactly decides is your communication skills, your academics, your presentation decides how much you will get it. Okay, if you are having a good graduation, if your presentation and communication skills are very good, I'm sure under any circumstances you won't get not less than 4 or 5 lakhs, maybe 7 or maybe more than that. I told you it's totally subjective, depends on your skills. That's what the CCNEs will get it. The next one is very crazy certification, CCNP, Cisco Certified Network Professional. This is the professional level examination, that is second level examination. It varies actually. The CCNP is having in multiple streams, CCNP Enterprise, nothing but routing and switching. What we are discussing is this one. Okay, this is the enterprise. And similarly, CCNP is also having a service provider that comes under WAN. These kind of things comes over there. That is service provider. The third one is data center. If you are having multiple devices, how the data will be stored, how the data will deployed, how it will be protected, that will be taken care by your data centers. Okay, so this exclusively discusses data center technologies. Okay, here we'll be discussing more into sophisticated technologies, like Nexus switches, which are having very high throughput in TBs, I would say, 10 gig links, gigabit Ethernet switches, very high-end, sophisticated switching technologies we'll be discussing in the data center. Whereas the CCNP security will cover complete security like cyber security, information security, network security, all security-related things will be covered under CCNP. Okay, cyber security, infosec, everything comes under this. Okay. Next one is CCNP collaboration. Collaboration is, earlier we used to call this VoIP, IP phones. If you want to call, earlier we used to have a different set of phones, but in every office nowadays, all phones will be on IP-based phones. Okay, Cisco is kind of monopoly since last few years, but different vendors came these days. That is called CCNP voice, or nowadays they are calling it CCNP collaboration. All these are Cisco technologies. All these are Cisco technologies, but different flavors of networking. But remember, all these CCNPs, they require CCNA. CCNA is the base thing. Whether you do enterprise, routing switching, a service provider, a data center, or CCNP security, or VoIP, or doesn't matter, whatever you do, you need to understand the CCNA concepts. It's mandatory. Everyone should know these are the fundamentals. Without these fundamentals, you cannot excel in these things. Whether you go for security, it doesn't matter. You should know what is the port number, what is the vulnerability. You should know that. Without knowing that, you cannot do anything in the cyber security. So that's why if you are going for security or collaboration or voice or data center or cloud, even cloud also covers majority of the topics. The CCNA covers that, majority of that. Okay. That's what we are going to do for next 20 days in the CCNA. Whereas what the professional level, what's the package they will get is, it will be having multiple papers, more than two to three examinations. I'm CCNA certified, CCNP security as well. That is called CCSP. In the first slide I was explaining, right? I did my CCNA, then CCNP security I did. CCNP security is called CCSP those days. Okay. Earlier there was a prerequisite. If you want to go for CCNP, you have to finish the CCNA. Earlier it was like that. Prerequisite is that. You have to do that. But nowadays it's not like a prerequisite. Directly you can go for CCNP, and this CCI also you can do that. How much package we will get for the CCNP professional? These are for professionals. They're having sound knowledge about the technologies. It's very handsome. At least their package will start minimum 7 lakhs, 7 to 15 lakhs they will get it. I'm telling average benchmarks are giving. Okay, but certain organizations, they'll pay more than that. This is the average pay. I'm telling. The average pay for CCNA is 4 to 7 lakhs. For professional CCNP, it's like 7 to 15 average on an average. The third level certification we have, this is expert level. This is really amazing. I'll tell you. Those who are having the CCNP, okay, they can go for CCAE. It has only two examinations, theory and lab. So far, right now, there are no lab examinations. All are theory examinations, only theory. Okay, there is no lab examination so far. But whereas in the CCAE, you will be having one theory examination, one lab examination. The lab examination will cover all the topics which we are going to discuss in the theory. They will ask you to configure it. They will ask you to troubleshoot it. They will ask you to configure sometimes. Okay, that's what. So if you do CCNP Enterprise, this is called CCIE Enterprise. If you do CCNP Service Provider, that is called CCIE Service Provider. If you do CCNP Data Center, you'll be going to CCIE Data Center. If you do CCNP Security, it will be like CCIE Security. CCNP Collaboration, CCIP VoIP means CCIE Collaboration. So what they're going to discuss is, this is an expert level examination. I'm telling that this is an expert level examination. Once you finish this, your skills are amazing and your package is countless. I'm telling the average package for this CCA experts is average is not less than 20 lakhs. The average is 25 to 40 lakhs. I'm sure if you're having 2 to 3 years of experience, you will get around 40 lakhs. That's the average standard. In India, I'm telling, if you go to US or UK, I'm sure your package will be like anything. So these are the different certifications. Okay, the average, I say, you won't get under any circumstances not less than 25 lakhs per annum. Okay, so 35 to 40 lakhs minimum you'll get it. Why I'm explaining this, why this career is lucrative means, being as a software engineer, getting 40 lakhs is a very, very tough thing. Within 2 or 3 years, you can't do this. It takes at least 15, 20 years for you to reach that package. I'm repeating that. Being as a software engineer or being as some other professional, it will take years, at least 15 years to reach that 40 lakhs package. But if you really do this CCIE certification within 1 or 2 years, you can reach it with 1 or 2 years of experience, I'm telling you. No company will offer less than 25 lakhs per annum for those CCIs. Okay, but it's not that much easy examination. You need to prepare that. This is a bit kind of sophisticated examination. It will cover all the latest technologies, but you can clear it. It is not like a very difficult examination. I did that. I'm a CCNA certified. I did my CCNP security. CCNP security had 5 papers at the time while I was giving that. 5 papers. Okay. CCIE is having only 2 papers. I did my CCIE security theory. I gave my CCIE security lab. Couldn't clear it. It's a different story. I didn't try it after that. Then I moved to information security. So these are the different certification levels. So those who want to excel, those who want to get a very hands-on package within a short span of 1 or 2 years, and this is the path where you cannot find this kind of career path in anywhere. Okay, how much time it takes for clearing the CCIE? It doesn't take much time. Max one year you can clear it. Max, and there are some people who have cleared in just 6 months or 8 months also. But whereas for CCNA, I don't want to discuss all these things, but we'll be focusing on CCNA. CCNA, it will take 15 to 20 days. That's what. Any questions? I'm sure you'll be getting more number of questions. It's very exciting. If you don't have questions, you did not excite. I'm sure. Any questions?
Not yet. Not that I can see any questions as of right now. Sudeep said thank you to you for the wonderful explanation that you had given him regarding VLANs. And yeah, I'll keep you posted if there are any questions. Please go on.
Excellent. So these are the different certifications. This is the That was the pictorial representation. This is the text kind of thing. So this is the associate level examination, and this is the CCNA. I told you this is the number you have to remember. The current version is 200-301. That is for current version of the CCNA. Whereas if you want to excel in professional or CCNP level, these are the different certifications. CCNP Enterprise. So this NCORE is the mandatory exam. This is the core exam. These are the optional exams. You have to pick one among them. Okay, this is for enterprise. Enterprise is nothing but routing and switching. This is what we are going to discuss. Okay, CCNA Enterprise, CCNP Enterprise. Okay, if you want to go for CCNP service provider, CCNA is mandatory. See here, this CCNA is mandatory. You can go for CCNP service provider. This is the examination mandatory for you. These are the optional examinations. And CCNP data center, make sure the CCNA examination is mandatory. This you have to do. Then this is the CCNP data center examinations. Similarly, this is the core. These are the optional exams. CCNP security, if you want to do, CCNA is mandatory. These are the security examinations. This is the core examination. These are the optional examinations. Okay. And similarly for CCNP voice or VoIP or collaboration. And this is the expert level examination. Expert level examination, I told you, it is having 2 examinations, 1 theory and 1 lab. Fine. I decided myself to go for CCNA examination. How can I do that? It's very simple. You need to undergo self-paced training or approach one of the training centers like us. We'll be rigorously discussing the topics, topic by topic, and we'll be giving the labs. I'll be hand-holding for the labs. I will explain how to configure, how to troubleshoot that. Once you have done your 20 days of rigorous training, you will prepare yourself for 1 or 2 weeks. Then you will go for the examination center. You can't. It's not like everywhere you cannot go, right? There are prometric centers. You need to book your examination in one of the prometric centers. It's like 120 minutes, nothing but 60 plus 60, 2 hours. Within these 2 hours, okay, you need to clear your examination within 2 hours. How many questions you will get it's totally subjective. It varies. Usually it's 55 to 60, 50 to 60 sometimes. That varies. I cannot exactly tell that, but make sure it's 2 hours examination. But on an average, you'll be getting around 2 minutes time to answer. For each and every question, you'll be getting 2 minutes to answer that. Okay? And the examination cost is $300. Comes around 25,000 Indian rupees plus GST. GST comes around 4 or 5,000 rupees. Okay, so 25,000 rupees is the examination fees. Okay, once you appear for the examination within 2 hours, if you clear those examination questions, I told you the examination questions are different types, multiple choice questions. Majority of the questions out of 60, you'll be getting 50. Around 40-45 questions are multiple choice questions. Some are drag and drop questions. You need to take this answer to the appropriate place and you need to drop it. Those questions are called drag and drop questions. Some questions are simulation questions. They will give you an interface, just like you feel like a router. They will ask you to configure a command. You need to log in there. You need to configure that. If they ask you to troubleshoot, you need to troubleshoot that. Okay, just like a real-time router or switch. They will give you an interface, you will log in, you will configure that. Those are called scenarios. These are the different questions. What advantage is you don't get any negative marking. There is no negative. If you didn't answer, that's fine. You lose it, but no negative. So that's how you need to write the examination. Make sure, remember, this version 200-301 is the CCNA current version. Okay, every now and then they will change it. Every 3 years, I would say. So that's about. This is how a sample certificate, once you are qualified for the certification, once you pass the certification, the Cisco will send you a certification like this. Okay. So this is globally accepted certificate. So that's all from me. If you would like to know anything, if you would like to know any questions, any concerns, any issues, anything, please let me know. I will answer.
Hi, Chaya. So there is a question. Yeah, there is a question. by Rahul Kumar, and he wants to ask, Sir, having experience in aviation and physical security, what
Mhm.
challenges I can face in CCNA certification? So, hi, Rahul, also.
Hi, Rahul. It doesn't matter whatever the past experience you have. Uh, what we are doing is that's why I know because different people will be coming to the CCNA. That's why what we have done is actual CCNA training is only for 15 days. But majority of the people they'll be facing a lot of experience. They say I don't understand what is a port, what is a router, what is interface, what is different cables, what is different media use, how we will connect the systems, what are the technologies we use. These are the common questions we will be encountering. So that's why what we have done is exclusively almost 4 days or 5 days, that means 1 week, we'll be discussing the basic fundamentals of networking. That means I don't start the CCNA right from the beginning. First, I will start from the scratch. The first 5 days, we'll be discussing what is a port, what is IP address, what is media, what is cable, how we will connect, what is interface, what is OSA model, what is IP address, what is MAC address, how to check the MAC address, and we will prepare you along with the commands, along with the labs, I would say. The first for 5 week for 5 days, I would say it is exclusively for fundamentals. It doesn't matter where you are from, what is your background, from aviation or from somebody come from a commerce. Majority of my students, those who come for CCNA is from arts background. They do BA, BCom. They come. It's very difficult to understand the directly router switches. So that's why we have exclusively designed this program like split into two pieces. The first piece of the program is covering comprehensively covering network fundamentals and security fundamentals. Okay. The next CCNA, another 15 days, we'll be discussing actual CCNA topics, actual CCNA labs. Okay, this also covers the security also. This is the advantage with this course. Here in this CCNA we'll be covering basic fundamentals which are required for your cyber security and information security. So those who want to excel in cyber security or information security, this is the base. This is the base. So it doesn't matter what exactly you're where exactly you are coming from, we'll be covering that. Most of my students they come from BA BCom. I will explain that. Okay. The first five days or 1 week is exclusively for fundamentals. We'll be discussing fundamentals very thoroughly. So after that, if you understand, that will be a problem. But till then, there's no issue. But in the networking CCNA, we'll be covering cybersecurity and security concepts as well. Those who are going for the CISM, CISSP, so this acts like a base. I hope you're okay with this answer.
Yeah, great explanation once again. There is another Deep Gupta. He wants to ask the class schedule and timings. So, would you like to take that or should
Ghazal,
I?
yeah, Ghazal, you are the most
Okay, I'll take that.
appropriate
Hi, Deep.
person to answer
Thanks so
this
much.
question.
Right. So, hi, Deep. Thanks so much for the question. So, basically, Mr. Chaya Shrinu's CCNA training is going to be starting from August 26th and it will go on till September 20th. So, all of your live classes and everything, they will be conducted during the weekdays. So, Monday to Friday. And as Chayas mentioned, that your first 5 days are going to be covering the absolute fundamentals. So he's going to be laying a base first, and then the next 15 to 20 days will basically be about all of the CCNA domain coverage. And additionally, you'll be having lab access, so you'll be practicing everything that you'll be learning in theory. So, and the timings also for the same will be 8 p.m. till 9:30 p.m. So we have kind of made sure that if you're a working professional or if you are a college student, you'll be able to participate 1.5 hours on the weekdays every day. All right. And if you have any further questions, I will be flashing the number on the screen. And I think it's already there on the screen. So thank
Yes,
you
yes,
so
that.
much for that. Yeah. So you can just reach out to us and I'll answer all of your questions regarding the training. And we'd be very happy to have you with us, actually. So do join us and give us a call. Thanks so much. Let me just do a sweep for any more questions.
What exactly the Protect Academy? How can you distinguish that there are n number of institutes? which have been training centers they have been teaching. What exactly makes the difference is I'll be hand holding for the labs. Theory I can explain and you can study. It's not like that. Labs you have to configure. It's a matter of troubleshooting. I'll be explaining how to configure, how to troubleshoot, how to test it. That we will be doing that. That majority of the organizations they don't deal this. This is the advantage you'll be getting here in the Protect Academy. Okay. The second thing is we have virtual labs and physical labs as well. I'm sure go anywhere else. They are not providing the physical labs. They will be giving a virtual labs. Virtual lab is a software you will install, you will test it, you come out. You actually don't feel what exactly the real router feels. Okay, we have devices. I mean, I'll show you once the class has started. We have a real-time routers. I will ask you to connect the cables remotely, test it manually. Some assistants will be there. We'll be configuring in the real-time routers, real-time switches, real-time packets. You can see that. So that's the advantage you can get with Protect Academy. Okay, so real hands-on experience. So since I worked almost 2 decades, I know what are the real-time issues we'll be getting. I'll be discussing as a real-time scenarios during classes. That's all from me. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, we'll wrap up.
Yes, I'm doing another sweep for any more questions. So, guys, this is the opportunity. So, before we wrap up, if you have any last buzzer beater type questions, any burning queries in your mind right now, please do share it in the comment section.
It doesn't matter whether it is related to your salary or related to your career, related to anything. Don't fear it. Just shoot it. Just shoot it. Don't fear.
Right, right. Even if you're looking for guidance or anything like that,
Yes.
then please do. So I think we can wait for another like 10-15 seconds in case there is a
Sure,
time
sure.
lag. Yeah. So I don't see any more questions. So I think we're good to go. We can wrap the session up.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Thanks for your wonderful time.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Chaya Srinu, for joining us. It was an absolute delight. You took the time out to explain every single thing wonderfully. So, yeah. So hopefully we'll be seeing most of these aspirants in your live training. And everybody, you're most welcome to join us. And please do reach out on the number flashed on the screen right now. And we'd be happy to set you up and happy to get you certified for your CCNA credential. And thanks so much for joining, everybody. And we'll see you in the next one.
Okay, thanks, Kizit. Thanks for your time as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. Have a nice
Okay,
evening.
yeah,
Bye bye.
nice.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks.